The day of the 60th presidential inauguration ceremony dawned under a crimson-streaked sky. The air heavy with anticipation and something inexplicably foreboding. Washington, D.C. was a fortress of ceremony and protocol, with streets cordoned off and millions glued to their screens, eager to witness history. This inauguration was unlike any before it, heralded as the dawn of a new era. President-elect Daniel Harker was a man who had captivated the nation with his charm, intellect, and promises of a brighter tomorrow. He was the perfect candidate. Or so it seemed. As the clock struck 10 a.m., the Capitol grounds buzzed with activity. Spectators swarmed the National Mall, waving flags and holding signs, their cheers drowning out the soft hum of the wind. Drones hovered in the air, broadcasting live feeds to an eager world. The ceremony was set to begin at 11 a.m., with Harker scheduled to take the oath at exactly noon. Behind the scenes, a team of Secret Service agents moved with surgical precision, ensuring every inch of the grounds was secure. Among them was Agent Meredith Lane, a 12-year veteran with an instinct for trouble. She couldn't shake the gnawing sense that something was off. At 10:45 a.m., Meredith's earpiece crackled. "Lane, we've got a situation in the East Wing. A man claiming to be the real President-elect Harker is demanding to be heard." Meredith froze. "Say that again?" Quote, "The guy insists he's the real deal. Says the man about to be inaugurated is an imposter." "On my way." She sprinted to the East Wing, her mind racing. Inside a secure holding room, she found a disheveled man in a rumpled suit, his hair matted and his face pale. He looked like Harker, remarkably so. "Agent Lane," he said, his voice trembling. "Thank God you're here. You have to believe me. That man out there isn't me." Meredith's heart pounded. "If you're the real Daniel Harker, prove it." He rattled off personal details. Details only someone intimately familiar with Harker's life would know. He described a scar on his left hip from a childhood bike accident, a birthmark behind his ear, and a secret phrase he'd shared with his wife, Claudia, during their campaign. "The stars align at midnight." Meredith was skeptical but unnerved. The man's resemblance to Harker was uncanny, his knowledge eerily accurate. Still, the possibility of an elaborate ploy couldn't be ignored. "Stay here," she ordered. She contacted her superior, Director Garrett, relaying the bizarre encounter. Garrett dismissed it as a distraction. "Focus on the ceremony, Lane. We're not letting some crackpot derail this day." But Meredith couldn't let it go. At 11:30 a.m., as Harker stepped onto the Capitol steps to a thunderous ovation, she noticed something strange. His gait was slightly off, his smile a touch too rigid. She scanned the crowd and spotted Claudia Harker in the VIP section, as the First Lady to be clapped. Her smile seemed forced, her eyes darting nervously. Meredith's unease deepened. At 11:55 a.m., the man in the holding room made his move. He overpowered the lone guard and burst onto the Capitol steps, shouting, "That man is a fraud." Quote, gasps rippled through the crowd. Cameras zoomed in, capturing the surreal sight of two identical Harkers staring each other down. "Who are you?" the Harker on the podium demanded, his voice calm but steely. "I'm Daniel Harker," the other replied, his voice cracking with desperation. "The real Daniel Harker. You're an imposter." Quote, the crowd erupted in chaos. Secret Service agents swarmed both men, unsure who to restrain. The Chief Justice hesitated, clutching the Bible, uncertain whether to proceed. Then Claudia stepped forward, her face pale as snow. She looked at both men, her eyes brimming with tears. "Claudia," said the man on the podium, his voice soft, pleading. She hesitated, then turned to the other man. "The stars align at midnight," he whispered. Her knees buckled, and she clutched her chest. "It's you," she said. The crowd fell silent. The man on the podium's facade cracked, his expression darkening. "Enough of this," he growled, his voice suddenly colder. "Deeper. Proceed with the ceremony." But it was too late. The imposter's illusion faltered. His skin shimmered, flickering like a glitching hologram. The crowd gasped as his true form was revealed. A humanoid figure with silvery skin and glowing eyes. Agents opened fire, but the being moved with unnatural speed, disarming them effortlessly. "I came here to lead," it said, its voice resonating like an earthquake. "Your world is fractured, divided. I offer unity. Order. You have no right." The real Harker shouted. The imposter sneered. "Your kind squandered its chance. Now it's our turn." Before anyone could react, a blinding light engulfed the imposter. When it faded, the being was gone, leaving only a scorched mark on the podium. The crowd was stunned into silence. Slowly, the real Daniel Harker stepped forward, trembling but resolute. "I don't know what that was," he said, his voice steady despite the chaos. "But I swear to you, I'll fight for this nation, for all of us." The oath was administered, and the ceremony concluded. But the day's events left an indelible mark on the world. Behind closed doors, government officials launched an investigation, uncovering chilling evidence of extraterrestrial infiltration. And as President Harker began his term, he couldn't shake the feeling that humanity's greatest challenge had only just begun. The stars, it seemed, were aligning.